Yeah, you thought you get away.
It hurts. It hurts me now.
It's not even on key, man.
No, it's nothing. See, I'm glad that you're also a music guy, so you understand why it's terrible. Like, to most people, it's just like, well, he's just making some noises. Why can't you just let him have some fun and be happy? Like, no, it's not about that. It's
It's also, like, for one, it's also just, like, the first impression people have of the podcast. They come in and they're like, oh, maybe it's a music
I wonder
podcast.
how many times people have opened one of those earlier podcasts and heard you doing that and just gone, oh, no, and they just closed it immediately. Like, oh, no, no, thank you.
Especially after 30 seconds of ads as well.
Yeah.
The first thing they hear is you doing that and then me going, why? Why can't we just not have that?
Can we just not do that? Yeah, please. Holy moly. All
Too
right.
much RGB, mate.
Yeah, too much RGB. I'm going to do the intro straight away. Otherwise, a lot of this isn't going to make sense in a second. So, welcome to NULLSCORE, the podcast where two blokes usually talk shit, but this time we added a third into the mix. My name's Hamish. This is my co-host Jim, and special guest Eyehole Man. What's it like having to tolerate us in person?
What do you mean?
You know what? It's not that bad. I thought it would be worse. It's like watching The Office. It's not that bad.
There you go. So I thought it would be important to do the intro right off the bat. Otherwise, because people would have heard your voice just then talking about the trumpets, but they'd be like, "What? Why are there three?" But yeah, we brought you on this week. I actually got a message from Titan. Titan was like, "Eyehole is joining us for the next podcast." I was like, "Pog." But that was like that was the extent of the conversation. So
yeah, I didn't really. I don't think I went about that quite the right way. All I did was send you a message that just says 8 a.m. and then like 25 minutes later you went, "Yep." So I sent you back Lenny face and just said, "Eyehole Man joining us," was last second just for fun. And then you didn't answer me until 7 o'clock this morning. You just went, "Sounds good."
yeah.
Our conversation, like, not only do we not talk to each other during the week, now like when we're communicating about the podcast, like trying to set it up, these are the answers we give each other, like these 2 and 3 word responses.
it's incredibly efficient. Yeah,
we are like a Tinder conversation that is winding down. Like, you know, it's starting to crash. And it's like, hey, like, we're just messaging each other for the sake of it, out of obligation rather than that we want to chat.
Exactly.
It feels rude not to respond.
Yeah. But like, and you know, it's my Tinder profile is very unique, right? Like, I got like a shot of me in my Commodore from a low angle wearing sunnies and a hat.
Wow. So
Gormless expression on my face.
You're wearing the white Oakleys as well, mate. You get like, and the Bintang singlet.
I just had
You get the whole thing.
Oh man, the Bintang singlet. It's not even like we make it as a joke, but sometimes I've seen. So the first house when I was in Brisbane, I had like a male roommate who was like mid-30s, and then I had another roommate who was like he was a backpacker. He was a traveler. He was a German bloke. He was really, really cool. Mm-hmm. And then he ended up leaving, and we got I got another roommate, and then the guy ended up leaving. We got another roommate. Went through a few iterations, but in the end, I basically ended up, it was me, Ilwood, and another girl. I'll give her a different name to protect it. Emma. And Emma, one night we were down like in the lounge room area of the house, and she was showing us like her Tinder profile, like her matches and stuff.
Okay.
And the amount of just photos of vehicles was astonishing.
Yeah.
Because it would just link to their Facebook profile. So it's just like, here's a Commodore, here's a Ute, here, you know, you mix it up, here's a boat. And we're like, ooh, maybe he's got money. Like,
here's my Commodore, here's my Staffy, and here's me in my white Oakleys and Bintang singlet. All right, you definitely, you make regular trips to Bali, don't you? I can tell.
With the purple reflector lenses too.
Yeah, those stupid fucking things.
At least it's nice to know to have a type, you know.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And I was like, are they always like this? And she's like,
yes.
Yeah. I'm like, how do you know what they look like when you get there? And she's like, well, sometimes you kind of don't. You have to guess. And I was like, you're braver than I are.
No, that's actually, look, bogans are evolving. Like, they do that so that they know what the chick looks like. So when they go to meet up, they can suss her out and go, oh, no, she's a bush pig, mate. I'm out of here.
Bait and switch.
Oh, I didn't sign up for this. Yeah, they just leave.
That's actually not a half bad idea.
There you go.
Bogans are evolving, Hamish.
It's a 3-head, 5-head move. It's never seen anything like it. Holy moly. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things on the docket today. One of which is I was having a little bit of a yarn about my RGB setup, which is a little bit over the top. But I also wanted to talk about XQC's ban very recently. He got banned for about a week. I wanted to talk about the Game Awards because I think that would be really cool because we've got 3 of us here. I'd love to see what you guys are thinking about the nominations for the Game Awards. And of course, really recently in Australia, we had the lockdown in South Australia because of a pizza guy, which I think is hilarious. So I'm putting it out to you guys what you want to kick off with.
Well, I kind of want to go with your setup again because you mentioned something that I thought was kind of weird. So I don't know, and it'd be interesting to get iHoleman's perspective on this as well. So, audio. Yep. We're going to take back to audio again since we've got iHole here. Listen to that response. All right.
That thing.
Let's go then.
It's like he gets invited down and we're like, check our homework, please.
No, it's not like that. So you said that you ripped out your speaker setup, Hamish.
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Okay, so it's dead. So what happened was, my setup has evolved over the past, God, it must be like 7 years that I've had it. Basically, when I was working, I really wanted my own proper PC. I wanted a gaming PC because I was working off of a laptop and I think I wanted to play... I'm pretty sure I wanted to play like Borderlands 2 or something like that. So I needed a bit of rig. And then my dad was like, all right, well, if you build it yourself, I'll pay for half the parts. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, shit, okay, all right. This is a 5-head move by my dad because I'm incredibly lazy. Like, I would never do anything like this without motivation. So he's like, yes, get to teach my son about, electrical engineering and stuff. So I put this, ended up building a PC together. And at the time, I was a huge, I really, really liked Razer's equipment. So I'd had a Naga Hex and a Black Widow at the time, which are the mouse and the keyboard. And they worked beautifully for me. I know a lot of people have issues with Razer's lifespan of their hardware and their warranties. Like a lot of it doesn't last as long as it wanted, but the experience I had really early on was great. So I ended up getting a full setup. So I had the mouse, the keyboard. The case for a computer is an NZXT H440 mid-size tower, but it's actually got green LEDs and a custom panel on the front for like Razer. It's got the 3-headed snake logo.
Oh, yeah, another one.
On top of that, I also had what they called their Leviathan, which, by the way, all of their products are named after like monsters or creatures.
Yeah.
So all of their keyboards are spiders, all of their mice are snakes, ironically. So you get all that sort of stuff. The speaker system that I got was called the Leviathan. And it was a sound bar that was about...
I remember these things.
Yeah, 70, 80 centimeters wide.
Yeah.
It was better, sort of like sat back on a like 10, 15 degree tilt. And there was a subwoofer.
I remember having arguments with people over these when they were like, oh, this is sick. It's only 2 pieces and it's 5.1. Like, do you understand what 5.1 means? You can't get 5.1 out of 2 pieces of equipment. That's not how it works. Whatever.
Yeah. So my goal wasn't to achieve 5.1 at the time. I think I remember being very into like Calvin Harris and Skrillex at the time because these were big artists.
Okay, so that's what the sub is for. Okay.
That's what the sub is for. Yeah, exactly. And that's as far as my 18, 19-year-old brain took it. So I ended up buying the system, and to their credit, again, I loved that system. Very, very good. As I got older, I started to use headphones more because like I'd be gaming. I didn't want to put sound back through the microphone or anything like that, especially once I picked up streaming. I've started to use headphones more. But if I'm chilling out by myself, I'm not on a Discord call or anything like that. Sometimes I will throw on the speakers because then, like, when you have headphones on for a really long time, your ears get sweaty or like it just gets kind of like, bleh.
No.
That's why I switched to in-ears.
Yeah, exactly. So so I'll throw speakers on. Anyway, they died. Just one day they stopped working. And I went in and had a look and I was making sure all the connections and stuff were right, but no dice. So I ended up, getting in under the computer and just like removing cables I had hanging out the back of it. Honest to God, Titan, it would have given you a heart attack. It was pretty bad. I had like a DVI cable that was just connected to my PC and not connected to a monitor. Like it was just hanging out the back.
Have you seen the fucking cable spaghetti that is behind my setup? I don't know. I feel like yours would have been pretty tame compared to my shit.
Yeah, so I ripped it all out. I just basically unplugged it and pulled it off to the side. So I've got it over sitting next to my desk. But as I was doing that, I discovered that my system has way more RGB in it than I'd realized because I spent all this time underneath the computer and I could see the lights where I couldn't see them usually. So I've got it like in the actual case, underneath the monitor, the keyboard, the mouse. I've got the floods in the back that you guys see whenever we record the video version of the podcast. My room is like a unicorn vomited all over it. It's pretty nuts.
Well, it makes your computer like 10 times faster. So
that's true.
Makes sense.
That's much like red cars go faster, RGB PCs go quicker. Yeah.
So what the fuck do you do about speakers now? You should get this is where I was taking this. I hate going to computer shops and all the computer speakers they have. They always sound shitty. Mm-hmm. Even the expensive sets for like $400, $400 or $500, they are fucking crap. They're not like they have their I don't know how to explain it other than that they color the sound their own way. They change the way that things sound.
Yeah, it's like
I
a
went
scooped
and
mids kind of thing.
Yeah, like all that sort of bullshit. I actually got you might know what these are. I meant these the PreSonus Eris.
Yep.
Monitors, studio monitors, little ones. I got a set of the 5-inch ones.
They're great.
They are so much better than any fucking dedicated computer speakers I've ever owned. Just
so
miles ahead.
To spell this out for the not audio inclined among us, what you're effectively saying is that PC branded or PC marketed or gaming marketed speaker systems are generally not that great, or maybe you're paying
price.
A premium for nothing.
You're overpaying for them.
Yeah, you're paying premium for like a sound that's not true to what the sound should be. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, no, it's just inaccurate, right? It's like getting a TV where the colors are off.
Yeah,
Yes.
like they properly boost the bass, so it's like, oh yeah, that's what everybody wants, right?
Yeah, because it appeals to the 19-year-old Hamishes.
Oh, fuck yeah, the Skrillex fans. Yeah. Yeah, and so your explosions come through your speakers, but I think for the moment,
these don't lack any bass or anything like that. They're not lacking in any way. It's I think it's
just balanced correctly.
Yeah, it's more true to nature.
Yeah, closer anyway, closer than the PC speakers are by a long shot.
Yeah, so for the moment I'm kind of just like leaving it be. I mean, I'll probably get a new set eventually, but not for a while, I don't think, because I've got these Schmick headphones. So
that's the other direction I wanted to go with this. So did you just get those because they were easy to set up at your desk, or did you get them because you were like, 5.1, I want surround at my PC?
The speakers, the ones that
the sound bar and sub.
Easy. It was easy. I didn't have a lot of space on my old desk.
Yeah,
that's right.
And it was. I mean, it just looks schmick. Like a sound bar to me, just looked really nice. Yeah.
Doing it again, then. Do you think you would bother going for surround for your PC? I don't think it's worth bothering. Like in the main room, I've always had surround as long as I've been able to. Ever since I could first afford to buy my own, I've had surround at my lounge room.
Yeah.
But at the PC, I pretty much always had stereo or headphones. Like.
Well, see, that's the thing. So I did a little bit of research into it. Like when I say a little bit of research, I like Googled it for 5 minutes after my speakers died, and then I was like, eh. The impression that I got was that there is a huge amount of variety in speakers that you get, almost more so than headphones, at least. And again, I spent 5 minutes searching on Google. You guys are, audio wizards. So from what I understand, if you're editing or creating music or something like that, generally like a 2-speaker setup is preferred. Having them just like sit on your desk. Yeah, is it stereo?
Yep.
Am I?
Yeah. Left and right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh shit! I couldn't exactly work. Allen. I just dropped. It was an Allen key. I was fiddling with it. I was using it to mount
That's
my
perfect.
Monitors. Yeah,
It rang out so clear and for so long. Ting, ting.
it bounced like 4 times on the tile. But that's what I had worked out. And then, because having all the speakers around you weren't as good, but if you wanted like a movie or something, then you would have the surround sound system. The weird thing about my system is it's basically just like I sort of treat my computer like an all-in-one. If we're watching movies and whatnot at the house at the moment, we don't like. You have to understand how we live. We have like no furniture. We live very Spartan, so we don't have a couch. So when we watch movies and stuff, we'll watch it in the 2 office chairs in my room.
Wait, what?
So So we got the 21:9 monitor, and then I'll put the movie on that, and then we both sit in like little like I've got my Secret Labs chair, and there's another one next to me, an office chair that we bought at like a local furniture store, and that's how we watch movies.
Jesus.
So but it was always with the idea that we would move eventually. So we were all sort of just like cutting down on like heavy
Stuff that you have
furniture.
to pack up and move and fuck around with.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we own 2 bar stools because we eat at the like breakfast bar. We have like a little bench table in the kitchen, and that's where we eat. And then we have a bed, and then my desk, and I think that's all the furniture in the house. And then the chairs, obviously, the office chairs. Point being, is if I had it for a computer, I think I would probably go with a surround system. Only that when I edit my videos and whatnot, I'm not yet at the level where I require the precision of a stereo system.
Yeah.
Like I can sit here and be like, oh, it would be so much better to have blah, blah, blah. I was like, I just don't have the
You just put the headset
ears
on
or
anyway
the
if you really
know-how.
needed to.
Correct. More often than not, it's my voice being like, "Bleh!" And so if Red had to hear that 7 times in a row, I'm pretty sure she'd come next door and belt me. Like, I edited a zombie war video with my speakers once, and she came in and she was like, no, don't do that.
Please.
Put your headphones on, please. Yeah, because I had this one sequence where it was I used Paralyzer by Finger 11, where they do that intro where it's like the doof, 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 beep, 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 beep. I can't fucking do it. But that intro I must have played it like 5-6 times in a row, and Red was like, stop.
Why are you just restarting this song over and over, please?
Yeah, because I had to sync up the cuts, and and she was like, stop. Put your headphones on.
Stop doing this to me.
She's just hearing that, yeah. So, anyway, I think if I had to replace, I'd probably go 5.1, because if I am using my speakers, I'm probably watching movies. That's the...
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because that's the use case scenario.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. What about you guys? What kind of audio setups do you have sitting there?
You're up, Titan.
Me? All right.
Yep.
Well, I mean, my audio setup is a fucking mess. I've described it so many times. Everything goes into the stream rig. I'm going to make it as basic as possible. Everything that's here goes into the stream rig, and then everything goes out from there into different inputs on the mixer. Mm-hmm. Then it gets mixed from there, and then out into a headphone amp, just used as a splitter more or less. Then that goes simultaneously to the old DT 770s that I was using, and to my in-ears. At the mixer level, it's separated from the headphones to the speakers, so I have 2 separate audio levels for them, so I can turn the speakers up or down, and it doesn't interfere with my headset volume at all. And I've got those two the two speakers that I mentioned earlier, a PreSonus Eris, I think they're E5 or something like that. They're just 5-inch studio monitors. I think it was about $500 for a set or something when I bought them, which sounds ridiculous for like $250 for one little powered speaker, but if you hear them, they are worth it.
They're worth, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. What about you, iHole Man?
Just got my mic going to an interface in the computer. So the interface is what you just plug your mic into, obviously.
Yeah.
And then my headphones are the Audio-Technica M40Xs. I didn't want the M50Xs.
I almost bought M40s before I grabbed the 770s.
They're pretty good. They're comfy and reliable, actually, strangely enough. Didn't want to buy the M50Xs because did a bit of research. They actually do boost the lows and the highs.
Yeah. How weird is that?
Enough. Yeah, so it's like the most expensive headphones you can get for audio engineers, and it's not the ones that you want.
Yeah.
They boost the
so
low
strange.
end.
Yeah, don't know why.
There you go.
And then as for speakers, I've got Yamaha HS7 studio monitors, 7-inch. I don't have them set up in here right now because I'm trying to move to the garage. So I have a bigger room and a bigger space. But yeah, that's it, man. Pretty basic. Like I didn't want to overcomplicate anything with mixers or anything. So
there you go. It's all streamlined.
Yeah, because I downloaded this program from the Microsoft store called Ear Trumpet. And it mixes all your applications for you.
Jeez.
So you just click on the little speaker in the taskbar and there's the volume for all your apps and it gets saved for when you close the app, and yeah, it's pretty good. So I don't need a mixer built in.
God damn, there you go. All right. I'm going to pivot on this, by the way, because there is something I want to raise with you guys because I think it's super interesting. Or at least it's fun, right? A bit of fun, bit of excitement. Game Awards are coming up, all right? Kind of like the Oscars for video games, but shitty, okay? They have a myriad of categories. I'm thinking like 20 to 25, and I thought it would be fun to go through the categories and see what you guys think about the nominees. See what you guys think. What do you reckon?
Last of Us 2 is in everything.
There's 30 categories.
30 categories.
30.
Right.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
So let's start off the top. By the way, if you're listening or you're watching, you can also vote for the Game Awards if you want something to do with your mates. You can just go just Google search the Game Awards and then they'll bring up the nominees. Don't do it on mobile, however. The mobile client is horrible. Game of the Year. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. The nominees were Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing, New Horizons, and The Last of Us Part 2. What do you reckon, boys? Game of the Year.
I mean,
it's not Tsushima.
I haven't played most of those. I haven't played any of them, I don't think.
Did you not play Doom Eternal?
No, I haven't.
Are you serious?
I haven't played it yet.
Wow, okay. All
Dude,
right,
I have such a horrible fucking backlog of games that I haven't played already that buying new ones, every time I'm like, I'll go to add to cart and I'm like, yeah, but I've got like all this other shit. I'm just going to play PUBG.
What about you, iHole?
Doom Eternal. I haven't played it. Played the first one though, and I've seen gameplay of it. It's really good.
It's really, really good. When I was looking at this, I was torn between Hades and Doom Eternal. I've talked about Hades before on the podcast. Hades is absolutely fantastic. It was
such a good idea.
Indie game by Supergiant Games. It's the first roguelike I've ever seen that has a great narrative because of the setting. They implemented the roguelike mechanic and they used the idea of gods being immortal to drive a narrative, and I thought that was awesome. I ended up voting for Doom Eternal in the end. My vote appears to be for Animal Crossing New Horizons, however, and I can only presume that Red has walked in whilst I've been away and changed my vote to Animal Crossing New Horizons. And out of respect for the hustle, I'm going to leave it there. Best best game direction for outstanding creative vision and innovation: Final Fantasy VII Remake, Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, and The Last of Us Part 2. Any thoughts on that one?
I thought Half-Life Alyx came out like last year or a year before.
No, it has to be this year. All nominees have to be releases from this year.
Did Half-Life Alyx come out this year? I swear it was like last year. The fuck?
No, it did come out this year.
Oh, okay.
Half-Life Alyx.
I was gonna say Hades right at the bat,
March
but then
2020.
you said Half-Life, and it's like, well, that's actually for really good, especially for a Valve game.
Yeah, and it's all about creative vision and innovation. And Half-Life Alyx was one of the best implementations of VR we've seen in recent memory.
That
From
should
what
really
I've
be its
seen,
own category.
yeah, I don't have my own thing. I think my vote went to Hades in the end. I'd played Hades. I haven't played Half-Life Alyx, so I felt that was more appropriate. Best narrative. Outstanding storytelling and narrative development. 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. I have never heard of this game. I've never heard of that. Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and Last of Us Part 2. If you're starting to see a pattern, it will continue throughout the rest of the nominees.
I was joking when I said that, but I just felt like, oh, of course, it's going to be the SJW game.
Yeah, well, I suppose, yeah. I mean, it caused a massive ruckus, The Last of Us Part 2. When all the reviews came out, my lord. That was nuts. What do you reckon?
I just can't recommend Tsushima on anything, to be honest. It's the most boring fucking game that I've ever watched.
Was it? Fuck, man. It looked
so
good,
boring.
but I still haven't fucking played it. There's a bunch of games that have come out in the last 2 or 3 years that I wanted to play, but because they were like RPG type things, I don't fucking have time to do it. I started, just to test myself, I started Metal Gear Solid 5 again a little while ago. Just to see, like, this is a game that I've already finished. I know where to go everywhere and what to do. I know how to finish the game, so I should be able to do it quickly. I stopped it like a third the way through because I just haven't had time to fucking do it. So, well, if I can't get through a game that I've already played before, then how the fuck am I going to take on a new one and finish it in a reasonable amount of time? I'm going to be chipping away at it forever.
God dang.
So like all these new games, I hear about all this stuff like that. Like Ghost of Tsushima was one that I was interested in, but fuck man, I just don't have time to pick that up and play it. So this Game Awards stuff, it's hard for me to pick anything or get that involved because it's like it's all outside of anything that I'm involved in. I just don't touch any of it.
All right. Well, I'll only go down. There's like a bunch of categories towards the bottom which are a bit kind of like niche.
A bit trivial.
Yeah, art direction, Final Fantasy VII, Tsushima, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2.
It's got to be Hades.
Got to be Hades. Got to be Hades. Fantastic art style, and all of their animations are hand drawn.
Are they?
The fuck? Yeah. So all of the animations, so for like the sprites when they attack and dash, they're all hand drawn. So Supergiant's come out and people have been like, hey, why don't you implement skins? And they're like, we can't because they're not animated models. They're all drawn.
It's all hand drawn.
That's nuts, man.
So
yeah,
really, really cool.
I don't know, dude. The Final Fantasy VII, like that. Have you seen how that game looks? I don't know. I guess like art style, it's just they've really just gone back to what the game was originally and just made it look better. But
but the cutscenes in Final Fantasy games are insane.
Yeah, but like this isn't just cutscenes. This is the game itself. Like the game, like in game, it all looks. It looks really fucking good. I have a friend who's right into it, so he was showing me clips and stuff from it when he was playing.
So yeah,
but yeah, probably. I don't know. Hades looked pretty cool as well. I guess for an indie game. When you said it's an indie game, I was like, it kind of looks like it looks like a small game that a AAA studio would make, like just something that they did. Just to shit out a game like on the smaller end, but for an indie game, it looks really fucking good.
Yeah, no, it's Supergiant, which is an indie studio. They did Bastion as well. I don't know if you ever played that game.
I've heard
Best
of it, but
score and music. Boys, do you really need to hear the nominees?
Good one.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2, and that's it.
What? What about Doom?
How it is? What about Doom Eternal?
Yeah, Doom Eternal's also nominated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to see if I could mess with you for a second.
No. You can't mess with us.
How dare you leave Mick out?
Yep, Doom Eternal, hands down.
Hands
not even a contest.
Down.
Best audio design as opposed to best score. Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, and The Last of Us Part 2, as always.
Best sound design. Where's Tarkov, mate? It should be in there.
I don't think Tarkov was released this year.
It's fucking still not technically released. It's still in beta or early access or fucking whatever the fuck they want to call it.
It's just an excuse
Still in
for
brick
we're a
and
buggy
shit.
piece of shit.
Then there was Best Performance awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and/or performance capture. So they had Ashley Johnson as Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2,
Yeah,
Laura
so-
Bailey as Abby in The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
So not only did The Last of Us Part 2 get a nomination in this category, they got two. Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Sakai in Ghost of Tsushima, Logan Cunningham as Hades in Hades, and Naji Jita as Miles Morales in Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. So,
That's
voice
the
acting wins.
DLC game that's a full game for some reason.
yeah, it's the second coming of what was that Far Cry Blood Dragon? Did you guys ever play that?
Yeah, I did.
No.
Of course I did, man. You know enough
that
about me
was-
to know that is exactly the kind of game that I would play.
It was amazing. It was like Far Cry 3, but they just did it up in this like synth wavy 80s superhero cyber tech vibe. It was amazing. It was
the
fantastic.
80s. It was what the 80s thought that an apocalyptic 2000s would look like. Just dark neon grids everywhere.
Laser dragons.
Yeah, fucking lasers everywhere. Dinosaurs have come back for some reason, and like prosthetic eyes that glow red.
Yeah. There you go. There is a Games for Impact category, but they're all kind of niche. If Found, Kentucky Route Zero TV edition, which what a name.
What?
Spiritfarer, Tell Me Why, and Through the Darkest of Times. The only one I've heard of is Spiritfarer. I don't know about
Heard
you
of
guys.
any of those? No.
Yeah.
What does
so
Games
those ones
for
are sort
Impact
of
mean? Like, what's that category supposed to be?
for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message.
So, okay.
Games that make you feel things.
Something kind of preachy, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'd say kind of preachy, yeah.
What a shit category. Get rid of it.
All right,
Goodbye.
here's a good one. Best Ongoing. Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Nominations are for Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty, specifically Call of Duty Warzone,
What?
Fortnite, and No Man's Sky.
Well, I don't know anything about No Man's Sky, but it's definitely not Fortnite, right?
Yeah, I mean...
They put out a lot of
at
stuff all the
Fortnite.
time, you know, so...
Fortnite might
they-
just win just because enough people fucking vote for it, though. Like, just enough
Well,
kids are like, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the thing,
doesn't matter
yeah,
whether it's
this
actually
is-
good or not.
Yeah, nominations are by selection, but winners are by popular vote. So, sort of how it'll work. I mean, Fortnite does do a lot of, like, interesting shit, like in-game concerts.
Yeah.
Which I got to give them credit for. I mean, as a game, absolutely hate it. It's like populated by 14-year-olds hopped up on Mountain Dew and Adderall, and they'll blitz you and turn into a tower. Like, it is a horrible experience for someone like me. But I kind of have to give them props when they talk about like innovation and stuff.
Ongoing
Like
content, though, wouldn't stuff like Final Fantasy 14 fall into that? That game's been around for a while, hasn't it? And they're still...
Yeah. Yeah, they just didn't get nominated.
Okay.
They were beaten out by Apex, Destiny 2, Warzone, No Man's Sky.
Warzone did that
I'm
really
surprised
cool
that-
Halloween event, so you have to give that to them as well.
I didn't see that.
That says zombies thing in the Warzone BR thing is really good.
As much as I think I give Fortnite shit, I think I would probably give Fortnite the vote there, or No Man's Sky. The job that development studio did with turning No Man's Sky from like the internet's punching bag into an actually good game is ridiculous. Like, was it Internet Historian's video, the engoodening of No Man's Sky? Did you guys ever watch that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's nuts. That was so cool to see. What do we got? Best indie game. Carrion by Phobia Games. Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout, Hades, Spelunky 2, and Spiritfarer. For me, this was an easy one. What about you guys?
I'm tired with Fall Guys and Hades.
Fall Guys was big, and then Among Us came over and just yoinked
Shat
the
on it,
spotlight.
Wasn't Among Us, hadn't it been out for fucking ages?
Yeah, it's a mobile game.
Yeah.
I don't know,
It's
man.
nuts.
I was really, another game that I really wanted to play and then didn't was that Carrion.
Yeah,
Because it's like-
Carrion
it's- It looks like
Yeah.
it's like The Thing, except you get to control the fucking monster. Like that's what it looked like to me.
people called it reverse horror. It was very very strange. Yeah.
It looked really
looked
cool.
cool.
But yeah.
Yeah. I went for Hades. I've spent the most time playing Hades. I played a little bit of Fall Guys, and Fall Guys was big, but then it got annihilated by Among Us. Speaking of best mobile game, Among Us by Innersloth, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, Legends of Runeterra, or Pokemon Cafe Mix. I'd never heard of Pokemon
What
Cafe
is
Mix.
that?
I'm just doing a quick Google here. Pokemon Cafe Mix. Free-to-play puzzle video game developed
Is
by
Among Us that
Genius.
big on mobile? I would have thought
It is,
Runeterra
actually.
would be bigger.
Yeah, it'd have to be huge. Have to be.
Because, you know, that many people play... I know that many people who play Hearthstone. Jesus Christ.
What was that?
It's a fucking door slamming. Probably, yeah. I would say a door got left open and the wind's just picked up. It's just fucking slammed it. But anyway, yeah, that many people play Hearthstone both on their on a PC, and then when they're out, they just play it on their phone or whatever. So I could see Runeterra kind of being the same because it's a similar, similar idea. You can play it on your PC or you can log in on your phone and play it there. The same decks and everything. All these shit that you have on PC is accessible because it's all by your account. So I'd be surprised if that isn't huge. Like,
Yeah, same thing with Genshin Impact. Same thing with Among Us.
Yeah.
They had the dual platform thing going on. In the end, I voted for Legends of Runeterra. I felt like
Yeah,
I
of
had
course.
to after I spent like 3 months streaming it non-stop, and it led to some of the biggest days I had streaming.
I'd be surprised if you didn't.
Yeah, that game's fantastic. Always holds a special place in my heart. From a distance, whenever I play that game, I just I don't know. It's I think it's less so the game. The game is beautiful. The lore is fantastic. The way the cards are done is very true to their story, except for the KDA event where they released cards in an alternate universe and completely fucked the entire thing. But I think that's more card game ranked ladder that gets me more than anything. I just can't deal with it. So yeah, I went with Legends of Runeterra there. Best community support.
Valorant.
Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates, patches. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Fall Guys, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and Valorant.
How would it be Destiny 2? By the guys, we're going to take a whole bunch of content that you paid for and we're going to make it inaccessible. Wait, no, we don't want that. Too bad. We're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Sucks to be you, kiddo.
What's your problem?
Yeah.
You've had a couple years to play this content. You don't need it anymore. Like, that's not the point. We paid for it.
Exactly. Can I have it back, please?
Stuff that is you can play single player. If you can run it single player without anyone else, why don't you let us decide which parts of the game we want to have installed. Why can't we do that? Why can't we install the chapters that we want to play and then uninstall the ones that we don't? If you're worried about the size of the game, the file size of the game, why not fucking give us the choice of which parts we want to have installed at any one time to play?
Yeah, or isolate the campaigns somehow.
Yeah, so just do something. I don't know. I feel like there's other ways around it other than just going, you know what? This is just we're just gonna take this out. We're just gonna lock this away. We're gonna put it in the vault. Don't worry. We've still got it. We still have access to it. Yeah. Don't worry. It's not missing completely.
Oh,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised PUBG Corp aren't in there, mate. They're so good at listening to their community and responding to feedback in a positive way.
Yeah.
Never miss an opportunity to kick them while they're down. Hey? I went with Fall Guys. Because their Twitter account was hilarious. Did you guys ever see the Fall Guys Twitter account?
Yeah, I did.
All the time.
It was really good.
They were on fire, so I went with those guys in the end. No Man's Sky, I sort of didn't have a whole lot to deal with. Valorant, I didn't have a whole lot to deal with. Apex, again, didn't have a whole lot to deal with. Fortnite, maybe. But I think you're right. Destiny 2 is definitely in the bottom of the barrel. With
it should not be in there. It shouldn't be in there at all.
Best VR. Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, Marvel's Iron Man, Star Wars Squadrons, and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
I forgot that Iron Man VR game came out. How did that go? I feel like you were hearing about it when it was being announced. Everyone was like, "Oh wow, this is going to be really cool," and then it just vanished. I stopped hearing about it.
Iron Man VR had a 4.4 star rating. There you go. Apparently, it was pretty good.
Everyone stopped talking about it.
Can I just
got over this? I think we're over the Marvel shit regardless, regardless of games. It's over the movies.
Okay, here we go. So Metacritic had a 73 and a user score of 6.2. So Google fucking lied to me. That's more like a 3-star.
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
So it was average.
Yeah. There's an innovation in accessibility category, which is helping people games being enjoyed by a wider audience, but I don't think I know enough about the features of games to consider what it is that they did. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know what they did to help people feel included, so I'm kind of just going to skip over it because I just don't have enough information. Best
We're gonna
action game.
They're going to add a new I know what they could do. They can add a new setting to the Souls series. We're going to have journalist mode, games reviewer mode.
Yes, because it's unfair
one button,
to have it at
press
one.
to win. You don't need to be able to play games. Just press this button and you win every time you get into a fight. You need to run forward. Just hold this button down.
Sounds
one
like
button for everything.
All right, boys. Lightning round. Are you ready?
All right.
The best subcategories. Here we go. Best action: Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2, Streets of Rage 4. What do you reckon?
Doom.
Okay. Best action adventure: Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Tsushima, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Last of Us Part 2.
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order, yeah.
Yep. All right. Best role-playing: Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Genshin.
Oh man, I've got a soft spot for a Wasteland series.
Yeah? Honestly, I went for Final Fantasy, so we split up there, boys. Best fighting game: Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows, Under Night In Birth, EXE, Late Open Square Brackets, CL-R Close Square Brackets. What the fuck?
What?
MK11. Have you seen the fucking characters they've been adding to that? They're just doing whatever the fuck people want. They're just adding cool shit, regardless of whether it makes sense or not. You can have a fight that's a T800 and it is Arnie voicing all of it versus Rambo and it is Stallone voicing it.
That's pretty dope.
What other fucking game can you do that?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Street Fighter's over and done with, so.
I think so.
Two for MK11.
Yep.
Make it 3 for MK11.
Nice.
Best family game: Animal Crossing New Horizons, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Minecraft Dungeons, Paper Mario: The Origami King.
Oh, wow.
I abstain. I don't give a fuck about any of those games.
I'll vote Fall Guys for replayability, but Minecraft Dungeons is highly commended. So
Yep, there you go. Fall Guys with a Minecraft second. I've got a vote here for Animal Crossing. I have no comment as to how that ended up there, but it did. Best simulator or strategy. This, honestly, I was torn on this category, and you're going to find out very soon why. Crusader Kings 3, Desperados 3, Gears Tactics, Microsoft Flight Simulator, or XCOM Chimera Squad. There's 2 excellent memes in there. Microsoft Flight Simulator and the Obelisk, and XCOM Chimera Squad.
I didn't even bother to look at Chimera Squad. It just looked silly.
It's XCOM Lite.
Yeah, no thanks.
That's the best way I can put it.
So it's not a proper XCOM game.
It's not as in depth as an XCOM game.
Yeah,
I think if it didn't have the XCOM title on it, people would actually enjoy it as a
XCOM isn't in depth
standalone.
enough for me. I want to be able to do more with attachments and things and anyway. Fucking Flight Simulator, man, of course. Go visit
but
the
you couldn't
Obelisk.
download it. You couldn't install it.
All right. Best sports and racing: Dirt 5, F1 2020, FIFA 21, NBA 2K21, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. What do you reckon?
Tony Hawk.
Yeah, same.
Tony Hawk as well.
Those fucking annual sports titles can fuck right off.
Yeah.
Fucking get rid of them.
All of them.
Here we go. Best multiplayer: Animal Crossing's New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, or Valorant.
I feel like Valorant's even though I am shit at it and I have played fuck all because I'm shit at it, it's still I liked it. I just don't want to embarrass myself and feel shitty every time I play the game, so I don't fucking play it.
What else we got? Best content creator: Alana Pierce, J.N. Lopez, Nick Merckx, Tim the Tapman, and Valkyrie.
Oh, come on. Hands down, Tim the Tapman.
It's got to be Tim, right?
Alana can be funny, but I don't know whether she's the best content creator. A lot of what she was doing was with Funhouse, who are now disgraced. So
Rip.
She left at just the right time. She's not there anymore. She's joined the God of War developer. I think she's a writer for them now.
Yeah, Sony something, right?
I don't know. Something.
And there's a fair bit about esports and whatnot. I'm just looking at them here. Here we go. Best esports game: Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Valorant.
That's Valorant. Hands down.
Since when is Call of Duty a fucking... I suppose it is an esports game. But no, thank you. Look, as long as you're using controllers, it's just not anything PC. The CSGO or Valorant, I don't know. I think CSGO's still bigger. It's still bigger though. Valorant might start to take over.
I just think Valorant esports is the most fun to watch.
I don't play it anymore, but I still have a soft spot for League.
Fair enough.
I will watch Worlds every year for League, and it's bloody fantastic.
It is pretty big.
Really good.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, but then again, that's me having knowledge of the game. Anyone who doesn't have knowledge of the game watches it, and it's a fucking Christmas lights diarrhea.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we are way due for a commercial break.
Are we, mates?
That category took way longer than I thought it would. Do you want a cup of coffee that will make you feel like you liquefied hype and sculled it?
I'm too old for that. That doesn't sound appealing to
that.
me at all. Yeah. Do you want a cup of coffee so good that you'll have to defend it from your thieving co-workers who refuse to buy their own?
That actually sounds pretty good. Man, what I've done is I've gone and sent you one of my lines if you want to do a little bit of the ad read.
Thank you. I couldn't think of anything. Do you want a cup of coffee so powerful you leave a cartoony puff of smoke behind after you take off?
What the fuck? All right, Roadrunner.
I think that'd be pretty awesome. I'd be down for that.
This one's directed towards Hamish. Do you want a cup of coffee that's both a great source of energy and a powerful laxative?
I actually do. So my diet for the gym leaves me stuck.
Stuck? What do you mean stuck?
Well, I'm constipated. I'm like, I was at the office the other day. I usually shit at like 10. I was like, sat there. I was like, this is a problem.
Just sitting there looking sad. I just picture someone coming up to him and going like, are you all right, man? And he just like sadly looks up at them and goes, I can't poo.
I don't know. Yeah. So look, yes, that would be ideal. Well, Killer Coffee will do, I don't know, like 60% of those things. It's also a great cup of coffee. At one point, I'm going to have to get onto their team and be like, hey guys, you need to know.
We've been slandering your brand for many weeks now.
But we do really enjoy the coffee. That's the side point. Yeah. A couple of quick ones before we launch into another big topic. XQC was banned for stream sniping. Did you see this, guys?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Moron.
I saw his post where he was just like sitting by himself.
Yeah. Yeah. So he did the El Chapo meme.
Yeah.
It was very good. Basically, there was a Fall Guys Twitch Rivals tournament, and XQC was caught stream sniping. He was watching Dr. Lupo's stream to find his teammate, and then grabbed him to stop him finishing. And he's been banned for 7 days, I think, as a result.
Ooh.
Yep, and 6 months from Twitch Rivals events.
Yeah, so he's forfeited his prize money as well. So they really weren't messing around. I don't think that they had a lot of room with this one. It's straight up and down a TOS breach. Stream sniping is straight up against TOS.
Yeah.
Like they literally use the word stream sniping.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of had to slap him for it. It was interesting to see because XQC is such a big creator. And there's clips out there with like Shroud and Asmongold discussing it and kind of, thinking like, oh, this is such a big creator. What's going to happen? And then Twitch stuck to their guns and they banned him. I'm honestly super happy. I think that should have happened. I think if they didn't ban him, it would be what's her name? Alinity 2.0.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It'd be a huge disaster.
I was about to say it'd be just as bad as the cat thrower.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Alinity 2.0. There was a list of streamers. It was like who was the most, like which streamer earned the most over the weekend. It was like earned female streamers they categorized. Pokimane came out on top with like $500,000.
Shocking.
Which shows just how little they know. Considering that was for the year.
Oh, man.
Amaranth, for instance, earns $96,000 a month with OnlyFans.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So clearly, whoever was running these numbers didn't really check it against everything else. I'm willing to bet they probably just counted their subs.
Maybe they just didn't want to, didn't want to draw any attention to that. Like, we can't talk about this. We just won't.
Yeah.
But then you just go other sources, right?
I don't know. I guess.
Anyway. Yeah. Now, what I wanted to talk about, because I think it's hilarious, is the South Australian lockdown. Okay.
Come on. Sorry, Blash.
So,
Please stop.
are you familiar with what's happened?
No.
No? Eye-hole man?
Yep, I am. I know exactly what happened.
Okay, all right. So can you give us sort of just like a rough account as to what's happened over the past few days? You don't need to go into detail, but just for our viewers that maybe don't live in Australia or South Australia, explain what happened.
All right, so there's this kid, tests positive. I guess you could say it's kid. I don't actually know how old he is. And they
For
go straight
COVID.
into... for COVID. Test positive for COVID. They go straight into lockdown. And then they track it back that he bought a pizza from a pizza place, and then someone from that pizza place was tested positive as well.
Yeah.
This kid failed to actually, guess you could say, disclose, was that he didn't just buy a pizza from this pizza place. He worked there for multiple shifts.
Yep. So,
you idiot. What are
you idiot. So basically, for international listeners, Australia is broken up into 6 different states or territories. 7 if you include the ACT, right? And South Australia is, you guessed it, in the south, in the middle, right? Mm-hmm. And basically the whole state went into a full citywide 6-day lockdown. Like, no one goes anywhere or does anything, fuck you level of lockdown. They cleaned out all the stores, all the shelves were just empty. It was nuts. The reason for this was, like you said, a kid tested positive for COVID, and the original thought was he got it from a pizza he bought and had delivered to him. So the government thought, holy shit, pizza delivery drivers have been basically delivering a pepperoni with a side of COVID to South Australians. So they were like, we need to shut this down before there's an outbreak. However, like iHole Man mentioned, what this kid failed to mention was that he did not have a pizza delivered. He works at the pizza joint, which is significantly different for good reasons.
And worse. Right? By a long shot.
It is. Well, here's the thing. Because he works at the pizza joint and he got it through contact with another person who works at the pizza joint, it's not as bad as him getting on a scooter and spreading it to everyone else.
Yeah.
So they've actually lifted the lockdown.
Was he a delivery guy or was he making the pizzas? Because he's just serving up fucking COVID Supremes to everyone.
COVID Supremes, yeah. The God Supreme Father. That's it.
Want a COVID lovers?
Yeah. Can I get a Hawaiian with COVID?
Yeah, ham and COVID.
A cheesy COVID bread? How long are we going to do this?
How far are we going to stretch this out?
I got 3 of the
cheesy COVID
lava
bites.
cakes, please.
Yeah.
COVID cakes, yeah. Fucking hell.
Holy moly. Yeah, so they've stopped the whole statewide lockdown and people were like, well, what's going to happen to the person that lied? And the government's basically said nothing. They've said it's fine. At least we're not in lockdown.
It's not fine.
Look, honestly, I think if anybody found out who that dude was, he would be dead. I think it's probably a smarter move to just say, all right, chill out.
That guy. They'd find out where he lived, and then you'd have people driving past in their Commodores throwing like shakes out at him. You fucking idiot! Yeah.
I think he just wanted a week off of work.
He's just, I can't make another margarita. I can't.
Fucking hell. I got Rona. Oh, I need some time off.
Yeah, it's so the whole state was locked down. It's now been lifted. Let me see. Does it have a date?
See, I like this article that I was reading about it, and for some reason, like I don't understand. I've put a link in podcast links. I think it's the last thing that I posted. Oh, is it? Yeah, it is the last thing I posted. So it starts off with South Australia will come out of lockdown almost as quickly as it went in. Here's what residents thought about the rules, reactions, and accusations of lying. So I'm scrolling through it and I was like reading people's responses and shit. And then for some reason, there's just this picture of these 2 massive steel balls. Like one stacked on top of the other, like some sort of sculpture or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I could see that, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck's this got to do with...
Rundle Mall.
What does this have to do with fucking COVID? It's like, it's, here's what everyone thought about things. Also, here's Chuck Norris's testicles for no reason.
Also, I have to correct myself. I said that nothing would happen to him. Later on in the article, they say police would look at all and every avenue to throw the book at this person. So I said the exact opposite of what was going to happen.
It's a witch hunt on that guy. Shit.
Yeah, I like how he's definitely going to end up with some sort of legal repercussions. But you, a lawyer, said everything will be fine. The end. He's okay. Nothing's going to happen.
I don't know. Like there is the COVID legislation that they put out is actually pretty intense. Like there is an offence created for intentionally coughing or sneezing on somebody, even if you don't have COVID. Just intentionally coughing or sneezing on somebody, and I'm not shitting you when I say that the penalties are like way up there. Like above assault occasioning bodily harm.
Well,
it's
Jesus.
nuts.
Because people at work have been doing that for a laugh, like for the last 6 months. So
Yeah.
yeah. So you got to be super careful because it's like not complying with health direction. We've had cases where people have coughed and then as a joke they've been like, "Ha, I have COVID," and then somebody's overheard them and called the cops.
oh fucking hell.
Yeah.
See, I use it as a threat at work because most of the dudes I work with are old guys. So like whenever they're whenever like just I don't know like friendly, those friendly fake arguments that Australians so often have, where we're just like pretending to be enraged and we're not.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's an easy threat to them. It's like, shut up or I'll fucking cough boomer remover on you. Get out of here.
I've never heard it being called boomer remover. That's incredible. Hey, Sammy Wise here with boomer remover. One sneeze and you'll get rid of all your relatives.
Housing problems?
Heard you got an
toilet
issue with
paper?
negative gearing, eh? Get some boomer remover.
Quick, easy solution.
Bam! And the boomers are gone.
Shouldn't it be more like,
That's so...
and the boomers are gone. Just
Oh,
like fucking
no. Holy shit.
Oh, no.
There you go. Holy moly.
fucking hell.
Ripperino. Let's have a look at comments.
No. We have one more to look at first. This in
what
the
do we have
links
to
that
do?
I've posted. The second one up that just says Facebook groups. I want you to open
okay.
that. So this is someone in a PC group on. I don't know if it'll show for you or not. It should. So he's
Extra
showing
long
off.
episode.
This guy's showing off his new PS5 that he's got.
PC. Oh, I can't join the group.
Yeah, it's a private
I'm
group.
outside the group.
All right. Well, I'm going to save the images and send them to you guys then instead because
Okay.
it's bit of a time here. This is a gentleman who is clearly I don't know happy that his PS5 has got to him because there's a bit of a fucking shortage happening at the moment. No one can buy one. Pre-orders in some cases aren't being fulfilled, so people are a bit upset and confused and wondering when, if ever, they're going to get their consoles or if they'll be able to buy one. So this guy says, "It finally arrived, guys," and then posted these two pictures.
Holy
What?
shit. What the hell?
What?
So
Why are you buying a PS5?
as you can see, his room is in a bit of a state.
A bit.
A bit of a state, yeah.
If I had to guess, I would say that he doesn't often have company of any kind, let alone, a female or men if he's into men, I suppose, whatever.
I don't think cockroaches have shack up in that. That's good lord. Can you describe what we're looking at?
I am looking at
Hell?
a fire hazard. That's what I'm looking at, bro.
Yeah, that's
oh
accurate.
my god,
Yeah.
he's
There's
got
the
the double extender draped over the fucking rug. Oh no.
There's like a layer of dust so thick it will catch fire.
Oh god.
That is accurate. It's on top of the TV. If you look
top of the
at
TV.
one of the close-up picture of it, if you have a look carefully, you can see the PS3 control off to the right where his TV is.
Yeah.
And it is also absolutely caked in dust. I have never seen that much dust on something that you would expect people to use, like that people actually fucking use. Also, I didn't even notice this before, but on the closest corner of the table, that is a PS4.
Yeah.
That is absolutely caked
didn't
in
even
dust.
recognize
No,
I-
it's not.
Yes, it
no,
is.
it's,
Yes,
it's
it is.
white. It's
It's white. It's a white
it's a-
PS4.
It's a black PS4. Zoom in on it properly. It's a black PS4.
fuck off. No way.
It is just grey because it's covered in dust.
Oh my god! What?
Look at the
Look
hard
at the
drive.
side. You can see the side
Yeah.
of it. The side of
Yeah.
it. That used to be a black PS4.
Used to be.
Oh my god! It's great. Okay, for those of you that don't watch the video version of the podcast or you don't have the podcast links, this PS4 is dead set like smoke grey. I thought it was like an old DVD player, but it's just covered in dust.
Just PS4 Neglect Edition.
If you removed that hard drive that's on top of the PS4, it'd be like a
There'd
perfect
be a black spot.
square. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even his TV remote is covered in dust. He hasn't touched it in so long.
How weird is that, man? You know when the rubber gets like all like fucked up from dust, like getting like it like the rubber absorbs the dust and you can't ever rub it off again. Like it's just grey now. That's what it looks like.
I think I can see a dust bunny just sitting on top of a PowerPoint.
Oh my god. That is horrible.
Well, congratulations to this guy on his PS5, and I'm so sorry for everything else about your life.
I hope you don't catch fire anytime soon.
Yeah.
If you have a look at the zoomed out, like the picture where he's standing further back, if you look to the left, you can see that the floor is actually red, and then where all the cables and stuff are, you can see that he doesn't bother sweeping that area, so the floor looks brown because of how much dust is there. You cannot even tell that the floor was red.
How do
further
you
back.
live in that, man? That's
Look at that old heater that's underneath his window.
Yeah, the old radiator style thing.
Yeah. It's got a book sitting on top of it because obviously that heater doesn't work anymore. But
This guy, he wants fire hazards.
I mean, this is obviously an old house though. He's got like this big plumbing pipe just going through the room.
Through the room, like from the ceiling, and it runs down in the corner, and then it runs along the wall at like roughly waist height for some reason.
And then like underneath that is a power cable, obviously, for a PowerPoint, but they didn't run it through the wall. They just ran it on the wallpaper.
That is insane.
It's so good. Oh, man.
The wallpaper looks like it'll catch fire, dude. Jesus.
Yeah,
Probably will.
It's nuts. That's crazy.
Look, the place looks so old that if it wasn't wallpaper, it probably would have been leaded paint. So honestly, the wallpaper might be the safer option there.
Now, listen, I want to make it very clear for the people that are listening. We're not making fun of this guy's like living situation. He needs to clean up. Making fun of his priorities. He does not need a PS5 when he needs a fucking vacuum. It's what he needs.
I mean, maybe he does need a PS5 to take him, to escape from this hell situation
like
that he
10
lives
minutes.
in. Like, he needs.
Jesus.
Get some fresh air.
This seems like the kind of place that would have like constant loss of power, though. So I don't know why you would want a console that's probably very, susceptible to failures when it's being operated and the power drops out.
Actually
That's
concerned
insane.
for his health, to be honest.
Yeah. If you're not in the Discord, you need to have a look. You need to look at those images. It's absolutely fantastic.
Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. Yeah. Comment wise, on episode 37, we had one from Robin Carlson. Just says, "I'm not dead. Just been doing live stuff like work and stuff. Ice cream doesn't sell well when it's cold." Which is
we actually had another one. We actually had the same comment twice from Stalt, but YouTube keeps deleting his comment. The same thing that it's doing to Eye Hole Man.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is happening.
Just don't
These
say
are one
any
of these.
swear words.
This is one of the Stalt classic, like notepad as he goes comments.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going to read this whole thing out.
All right, here we go.
Okay. When I was working at my previous employer, if any of our clients saw or heard some of the shit that I have done or said, they would have some serious concerns regarding their images. Nice ELO reference regarding intro. Because Hamish didn't pick it up because he hates me and he doesn't care.
ELO? What is... What?
Electric Light Orchestra.
Oh.
Old band. The Horace Wimp thing. I called you Horace Wimp. You didn't know what I was talking about. It's a really old
okay.
song.
Yeah.
If they knew it was going to happen eventually, why were they not working to stop it from being a problem in the first place? I think this is talking about the DMCA stuff. Twitch, knowing that it would be an issue.
Yeah, it's a good question, but...
we'll never have an answer.
Yeah,
They'll never come out and... They'll
well,
never
they
address
apologized for it now.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. It's too late.
Yeah, exactly.
Based on your analogy, we're not going to fix it right now. No, they will fix it when it affects someone super duper important. I hate this online copyright bullshit. Once you pay for a game, you should be allowed to use it however the fuck you want. You shouldn't be blaring Fortunate Son while doing that in a helicopter anyway. It is tasteless, mate. Look, how I choose to have fun in my own time is up to me.
I'm unfortunate son.
I mean, at the end of the day, Twitch do not give a shit really about their creators and streamers. They're a company out to make money, and they do not make money by going to bat for their user base. That's correct.
Very
They
true.
definitely don't make money fighting companies and businesses, corporations, musicians, etc. If they did, they would have to pay back. They would have to back pay many people, and no business wants to do that. Yeah, because they'd have to fight a costly and lengthy court battle, and then they'd have to give us all money that they don't want to. It would cost them shitloads of money. Good luck detecting any blocks on my end. DNS ad blocker all the way, big boy. The way they went about it is seedy as fuck, though. I mean, I understand why they do not want people using ad blockers. I just think it is seedy as fuck. One thing that I have learned over the many years of game releases, YouTube videos, computer literate people will find a way. People find ways to crack games for torrenting. People will find ways of bypassing ads, etc.
Already is a
When I
way.
get ads that are... Yeah, already. When I get ads that are longer than 15, 20 seconds that cannot be blocked, I will just close the stream and do something else. That's what I said. I can't fucking stand that. Open a stream, and then the first thing is like, here's this unskippable ad that you have to sit through. No, I'm either going to mute the tab or I'm just going to close it.
Pretty much.
Sailing the high seas, 3 minutes of ads per hour is still creeping up there though. It's only a matter of time before it's 5 to 10 minutes of ads per hour. You may not want that $1 or $2, but Twitch want that money.
Yeah, Twitch will always run it because that's their business model. That's how they keep it all running. Yeah.
And it's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of passive. Like, as long as people are streaming and those ads are running, they don't have to do anything. They just keep getting money from it. All they have to do is like make deals with ad companies and then just run them on.
Yeah.
Just make sure those ads are in the rotation.
There you
That
go.
popcorn chicken slab is gross looking. What do you mean, dude? It's tasty as fuck.
Dude, it looks so
wanted to try that.
good. It looks so good, and I hate it because I can't have it.
I mean, it even sounds gross calling it a slab. But yeah, that does make it sound bad.
That
just makes it sound
That's true.
disgusting.
I will give you that. Yeah.
The Samsung phone is greasy and the chicken will explode in your face. Then he's
What?
got here, NULLSCORE endorsing phone consumption. Because we were talking about eating phones.
That's right.
All right. Even if you did have a solution, Twitch would not give you the time of day. Vis's dad. Oh, he's growing up. Once, twice, 3 times a day. Sean Connery is my personal hero. What?
Oh my god.
That's not how you say that. It's,
That was the comment.
you're supposed to say
Jesus.
once, twice, 3 times a day.
I just want to make a point again that the joke is that that's wrong, and it's a stupid, it's an incorrect way of thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
just-
that it's right or that it's good.
Hello, sponsors. We do not support domestic violence.
Very much against it.
Yeah, exactly. It's bad. Bad, okay? iHole Man, you had a comment on the video before that.
Yes, I do. IHole Man. I'm ready, waiting for that killer coffee. Yeah, boy.
I thought it was
Oh.
only appropriate that you get to read your own comment.
I might have to disappoint you. I don't think we are going on that trip that I thought we were going on. I don't think we're
yeah,
actually going
that's
to go
fine.
now, so I'm not going to be driving past you anytime
That's all right.
soon.
Rip.
I mean, I'm sometimes down in the city, sometimes. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's easy enough to. I'll be able to. Even if you're around there and I'm not at work, I can still head up there. There's reasons for me to go, sort of up towards the north end of the city. So I'll be able to meet you and hand over your coffee.
Awesome.
IHole Man,
We'll
our
figure it
first
out.
victim, our first. I feel like a dealer who's like trying to get someone hooked on.
First killed coffee.
Here, just try the first one's free. So you got to pay.
Easy. No worries. All right. Well, if you want to catch either of us on Twitter, you can at ViscerusTV or at Titan_5150. You can also catch the podcast on YouTube at NULLSCORE or on all good audio platforms. Titan is also live on twitch.tv/T1 TAN5150 or youtube.com/C/Viscerus. iHole Man, do you want to plug yourself?
Twitch.tv/IHole Man, but I never stream,
There you
so
go.
forget it.
Is there any
Stream
weird spellings
sometimes.
to it?
There's a 1 instead of the L. That's it.
And there you go. So you can check out iHole Man there. Again, thanks for coming on, dude. It was an absolute pleasure.
Hey, thanks for having me. Loved it.
Yeah, it was really good. Anything else, Titan, before we sound this one off?
I really want to know why South Australia has a has a display of Chuck Norris's testicles. Like, that's confusing to me.
I'm going to put it on the docket for next week.
I want to know the guy that polishes them every day.
Yeah, because they're shiny as fuck, man. There's no way that, like, if they didn't do that, it would look like that guy's room with the PS5, you know?
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. In any event, thank you guys for listening. We will catch you all next week.
Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.
So yeah.
Oh,
Do
man.
the outro here. Let me see.
Why do I fixate on such weird things like Sean Connery's spousal abuse or Chuck Norris's testicles? Like, just, oh, man.
I like how they're
What's wrong with me?
huge. So you're like, yeah, Chuck Norris.
Has to be Chuck
That's the play.
Huge steel balls, Chuck Norris, absolutely.
Do you remember when the Ultra Instinct Shaggy memes replaced Chuck Norris jokes?
Yeah, for a little while.
You guys
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
That was a fun meme.